Hello, everybody. Do 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 do. I think that's it. We're live, right? All right, everybody. So I got another one of these to draw. Tifa from Final Fantasy VII. That will wrap up all the stuff and get these things out the door. Already done a few here, right? We got Aerith. We got Scarlet Witch. We got Yuffie. We got another Tifa. We got a Thor. And we Vincent, right? So now we got this to do. Hey, what's up, Hector? Hey, what's up, Johnny? Johnny Bot. Johnny 5 is on. Receipts. Yes, Johnny, it's another sketch with a giant PlayStation controller. I need to grab another pen. John's cool. We'll have him on the cast sometime. Trying to get that together for a while, but last time it was right in the middle of the move. Yeah, I'm not that busy. Well, he's got to pay artists, get the books printed. I don't know, man. You know, I sort of think the upper limit for most comics are around 4 grand. You know, that's what I would do. But for 48 pages, I don't know about that. You know, for 48 pages, he'd probably do it though, man. You know, Tom's done it before. I don't really care, man. I get paid either way. I just think for 48 pages, I don't know. Hey man, I want to see him be successful, you know. So I'm not gonna shit on it, but it's up to Tom to promote it now, you know. I don't know. I don't know the story. I don't know, man. I don't know what the story is. You should tell Tom. I don't know. Tom's come through, man. He's a real publisher, you know. I just don't know who's drawing the book. It's not me. I'm not doing any interior pages. I just designed costume design on the girl and the Kixel Kodal. It's not my Kickstarter, guys. I think I just did a cover. Yes, Joey. Hey, what's up, Kyle? I'm working on uh, sketches that went with the Final Fantasy VII prints. Just trying to wrap this up so I can get these in the mail. This one, this one. There's a couple more I got to do this week, but they sold during the weekend, so I'll do them a little later. Hey Cal, can you shoot this shit on Skype? No, I work on it 12 hours a week, Johnny. So, anyone who's tired of waiting is more than welcome to pick from prints that are already done. I didn't expect it to take this long, but that's just the way it went. And these little sketches are my way of covering food and supplies without doing another Kickstarter or anything else. So, you know. I don't like it any more than anyone else, but it's just the way it is. So I'll be done with the roughy lines on Final Fantasy IX this week. And next week I'll be drawing it. These right here are also covering the 20 fucking Copic things that Josh lost a couple years ago. I have to conjure up for the game cave. Just talking about Darksiders. Which I'll probably do right before the X-Men since they'll be easier to knock out. So I gotta raise about 400 a month at least with everything I'm doing. Probably closer to 500 given supplies, resupplying, and everything. So I got covers with IDW. Basically, I work 60 to 66 hours a week. So if I'm not streaming, I'm working on something. Some stuff I can't stream, especially when I start working with publishers. They don't like it when I talk about stuff. You should draw. Oh, you mean like, no, I don't know, man. You know? I just tell people, put it on the list. You know? It is funny when they say I should be on certain books or something. I'm like, I don't really have a say in anything you know. You're working with IDW. When you should draw the turtles. I'm like, yeah, I just pick what I work on. You know, that's how it works. Yeah, I wish they'd let me do stuff like that. You know, I generally get put on, the little kitty books. Chunky formers. I like chunky shapes. You know, Pat Lee. I don't know why it does that. Master of dull surprise. I don't understand what you mean by that. What does that mean? What's up, Kyle?
Good evening, Rob.
What does dull surprise mean?
Dull surprise?
Yeah. You ever heard that term?
No.
Lefty needs to explain what that means. I don't know what that means. Oh, the only facial expression. Yeah, his humans weren't so good. Talking about Pat Lee. They all sort of had blank expression. I thought we were talking about the Transformers. His robots were good. The humans,
Have you ever read the book Telos?
yeah. It's
How is
Matt
that?
Winerigo. It's cool, man. I mean, it's more. I mean, I'm a big fan of Mike. God rest his soul. Um, I always felt it was more like a Saturday morning version of like Battle Chasers. So it's all right. I mean, I don't think it's at the level of Bone, you know.
Hmm.
Um, but it's fun, you know.
I'd seen a few artists posting like these cryptic pictures, and then
Yeah, they're doing a big
they
tribute
just
to it.
they're
I,
just
I wasn't
yeah.
invited. All my friends are on it. No one mentioned Rob, you know. Like, guys, there's apparently a club, you know. like, I don't know.
Nobody invited Rob.
A lot of my friends, bro. Like, it is funny. I'm like, interesting. Oh
Because
well.
you guys, I saw they were doing the tribute books, and they had the first issue for free on Amazon Kindle. So I checked it out, and I was like, I could totally see Rob drawing this sort of stuff.
Which is why I'm not. You know. I don't know. When it comes to Transformers, I wouldn't add too many expressions, man. I don't like it when they over animate those faces. I just make them look angry, maybe happy. I don't. I'm not. I've seen some of the Transformers books where they really animate those faces, and I'm like, I'm not the guy for that. The humans I get, but the robots, I don't know. I wouldn't be
I
good
never,
if they put me on the kids version of Transformers. I'd be like,
I never felt like the Transformers should have like super malleable faces,
yeah,
and
I'm not.
so
I'm not on
they
that.
didn't have many expressions.
So, and I certainly don't give a shit about Beast Wars. It's not my generation, man. I think if they're gonna look like animals, like the Dinobots, they gotta be like mechanical dragons. They can't have fur and shit. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not into that. It's not. It's not my thing. And someone the other day was like, "Man, you should draw this book." I'm like, "I don't have time to do interiors, guys. Like, you realize? Okay, I do interiors. Everything that I've already got on my plate stops.
Hmm.
Probably forever. You know." I don't have a work problem actually. Like I have offers. I just have to. I have a can I get it done and finish the things I've already started problem.
Yeah, because like interiors for one book is a full time job. It's like
Yeah,
all you can do.
bro. 12 hours a day, which is
Yeah,
what I'm working now anyway. So I don't know about all that. And right now I've just slowly been trying to get publishers sold on the concept of me drawing traditionally and coloring over those. The way I've been doing the Final Fantasy VII, the Mega Visions. Coloring over that. Like this is, they get used to you doing one thing and then you do another. And they're like, I don't know, man. Like it's kind of scratchy. We really like it looking clean. And I'm like, then I'm not the guy. Get me an inker. It's like was it Ryan Stegman Twitter? He was like, yeah, man, I just got a guy to ink my backgrounds and I flew through this book. His artist on Spider-Man. I'm like, yeah, that's what happens when you got two fucking people. How it used to be. Like everyone's inking their own work because the pay's so low, you know? But it's like, you get a lot more content done, man.
yeah, it's tough. Like I feel like in any of the arts, they've taken stuff that used to be multiple jobs, and they're like, oh, now we have one guy
Unless we
do
got a
everything.
unless we got a group of people like digitally painting entire books, which is just bad, dude. Like, I'm sorry, it all looks the same. It looks like flat Mary Blair or whatever, the chick who designed like the Mary Poppins look of art. It's all this super flat animated style stuff. Like, because they're silhouettes, and then they paint into them, you know. And then artists don't have any art to sell. It's all digital, you know. Then those guys, and I've been there, man, when they're sitting and complaining, you know, but I don't get paid anymore because people won't spend the money on it. So what they try to do now is they go, oh, I'm only going to do this one print. Like, that's how they're trying to make this stuff seem more special. I'm like, good luck, guys, you know. Like, it's a funky industry, dude.
Yeah, it's like, sorry, but that one print is never going to be as special as a hand-drawn page that there's only one
But,
of.
you know, I don't care, you know.
Like, yeah, I know it takes like as much work to draw something digitally as it does to draw something on paper, but it's like you can't mass produce an original.
But it needs to look more clean. Maybe it should stop looking so clean.
Yeah.
You know? Perhaps. Or get people inkers, you know? You don't see Greg Capullo spending 3 days drawing and inking the piece. He's spending 3 days just drawing it. Gets sent out to an inker, you know? The way they used to do business. It's like this stuff here. It's like, I'm not selling prints. I'm selling art. Print's free. I don't make any money on the prints, guys, you know? When I make money on the prints is when I do power prints. It's like I basically just give the print for free and I sell art, you know? And this is also like teaching me how to like draw this way super fast, you know? Like I'm teaching myself. I take a little bit of a less pay in the art so no one can choose. I mean, they could choose the characters but not the subject, you know? So I can coordinate efforts here,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And they have props like giant controllers and things like that because I'm making a statement. I'm putting my mark down on something, doing my thing, you know, until everyone else rips me off, you know? It's influenced a lot of people, bro, you know? And it's just like, I don't care. You know, I mean, I've been in art departments where my art's on the wall and they've hired me. And then when I go to do what I do, no, don't do it. I'm like, but you got my art right there. You know, like why did you hire me? Like, I don't understand. So it was cool. Like, IDW finally kicked me back what they want me to work on. And I was like, all right, so you got some direction? They're like, no, you do what you do. I'm like, fucking, finally someone says that. We'll see how that goes, you know?
See if they really mean it.
Yeah, we'll see. But they've been pretty good, man. Just the fucking year-long wait. I'm like, no more Japanese game developers, dude. I can't deal with it. So, but I had to basically get my income to a point where I can accept, you know, a lower rate because it's indie. I mean, IDW is still indie. They got licenses, but they're, you know, they're not DC or Marvel. So, and there's plenty of talent already working with them. So my rate is, you know, a certain rate, and to make that viable, you know. And then to sell them on like, well, whatever I'm doing, I'm drawing it this way and then coloring it. I'm not doing
Mm-hmm.
digital inks, so you just get that idea out of your head. I'm not doing that. The only thing I can't negotiate on is streaming. They won't let me stream shit. So, although they love it when I record it and put it up later. I'm like, hey, you want to pay me for that? You know, it's technically a free video. So I'll put up the Yokai Watch in April whenever that ships. I figure
Is that when that book is coming out?
that's what I think. Could be ships in April, doesn't arrive till May. You know what I mean? However that works out. But I think
Yeah.
it's supposed to be April. Oh, by the way, they don't really tell you. It's not like I got an email saying, "Hey, your preview's up." I found out looking for something. Not even that. I was just looking up some Mario reference, um, for some game cave layouts, you know, and just came across that. I'm like, how did that get tagged Mario? I don't understand. Okay, whatever. But you know, people just tag everything these days with stuff. So. April.
Whoa, Joy. This isn't a Rob Liefeld series. Rob's not going to take 20 years to not put out his new series, even though he promises to.
No, folks, I've been working very hard on making everything efficient and doable with one person.
Have you actually started drawing the covers for your IDW mystery project?
No, that starts this week.
Oh, cool.
So they send me a grip of materials I have to get my head around. I'm like, I don't know what any of this shit is, but okay. Yeah, it's like, pretend I don't know anything about science. You never studied. Then they're like, and you can do this, and you can do that. I'm like, no, guys, I can't. Like, like I have to like go, hey, appreciate the love, but kind of have other stuff to do too. Just chill out on that.
Just be like, yeah, I can also do that other stuff, but that's above my pay grade right now.
Get pay grade, dude. It's like I have to be. What's the word? To be mindful. I don't like to put all my eggs in one basket at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm committed to finishing the projects that I've. People always it's like, man, I could have just been like, fuck it, fuck GameCube. I'll just go get a career. It's like I've sacrificed a lot actually, folks. To like make certain this stuff is getting done, but I just don't get into it out because it's like a broken record. It's like you all will see the shit when it's done. You know. I'm gonna run out of pens here soon. I ordered a grip, but I don't think they arrive till later this week. They need to hurry up.
Yeah, I bet the 3-day weekend doesn't help either. No
Well,
shipping on.
Dick Blick is not as expedient as fast. They kind of take their sweet ass time, so they should be here sometime this week. So hopefully this one will hold out. If not, I'll just find other shit to do. you know. Never believe, bro.
Lefty, I believe, is called a man lizard. Is that the PS1 her foot's on?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I actually got a game reference right.
It took 20 years.
I know.
I had to go back a few. You got it.
Yes.
I'm invincible. It's also a 20-year-old reference. Yeah, so I have whole spreadsheets to like have all my shift schedules worked out. You know, it's been based on monitoring my time for the past 3 months. What we have to do on weekends. The only thing I gotta be careful about is like, I mean, it won't happen for a while, but like I said, Friday, my wife had off and we decided to go try a donut. That knocked me out for 8 hours.
Mm,
I
don't.
so don't eat sugar. I came back at 1. I didn't wake up till 9. I was like, what the, you know,
Rob, that's called a normal night of sleep for most people.
1 in the afternoon till 9 at night, eating one donut.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I thought you meant
No,
9.
no, we had an afternoon
All right,
donut.
all right.
I was like, I'm fucking knocked out, dog. Like, it's hilarious.
I want one of those donuts now. It sounds kind of amazing.
Well, they had this peanut butter cream one. So it was a light Bavarian cream with peanut butter in it. It's actually
Hmm.
pretty good. But I mean, I'll be honest, man. Like, given the amount of sugar, I'd probably just take pancakes. You know, because it's more
Hmm.
filling than a donut. It's like the same amount of sugar with like nothing to it. You know, you're like, okay, I'm gonna have a heart attack now. So,
I mean, if it's your time to go, that's the way to go. Death by donut.
oh no, no! If I got to die from eating something, there's something they got here locally. This cookie, it's fucking amazing. It's this, they take it's this cast iron skillet with this cookie, lava cookie fucking dough thing. I don't know, man. They put ice cream on it. Mm, that's worth dying over. My hand, like Big Trouble in Little China. Like,
Yeah. Next time I'm visiting the aunts and uncles up there in the Boise Meridian area,
yeah, dude, come on over. We'll
uh,
go.
get some death cookies.
Yeah, death. I call it Little Evil. I am invincible.
Uh, Fake Joey asks if you heard about the Big Trouble remake they're talking about
I've
doing.
been talking about that forever. If you know they can make it, I won't watch it. You know, unless it has like a 90% fucking tomato meter. I just not interested. You know, there's so much other great content to watch on TV and everything else that it's like I just to watch them just poorly remake. You know, the movies I grew up with. I mean, it's not a movie that needs to be remade. You could continue it, but it doesn't need to be remade. You know, like you want to remake a movie, remake The Last Starfighter. You know, there's an idea that can be expanded upon beyond
Mm.
what they were capable of even thinking about in '86 or '87, whenever the fuck it was made. But I mean, remaking a cult classic. I mean, shit. You know, I'd be more open to a remake of was it Escape from New York? You know, although these days I'd probably prefer to be on Netflix or something. A movie
Uh,
where they save the president might not do too well these days. I don't know. You know? It's questionable.
so Real Joey saw John Wick 2 today and thought it was awesome.
I
I
haven't
agree.
seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
It's really good. Morning, Dom.
This week it's get my alternator fixed. And then I can plan a trip to the theater next week.
Alternator died.
Well, the cold just knocked it out, you know. -15.
Yeah, your car's not used to that kind of weather.
No.
It's like, Rob, I'm a fair weather vehicle. Not
Yeah,
used to this cold stuff.
happened to another guy I know around here who has a Mazda. He's like, yeah, pretty reliable cars, but that alternator, I don't know. So I'll get a not so stock alternator, you know.
Morning, Mike. Yes, we got all these Europeans watching right now. It's morning time. I should probably watch that Escape from New York movie, huh? It's another one of those.
Look, it's one of those other things that could work as a different idea. Like, it doesn't matter. Look, if you can remake Scarface into what Scarface became, right? Not a remake, right? Reimagining. You can do that. It's just
I was gonna say Scarface is already a remake of Scarface.
that's what I'm trying to say. Like that was a remake of a movie, so they're doing it again. By the way.
Another Scarface?
But the Coens are apparently writing it.
Huh. All right. I was gonna crap on the idea, but now that you bring up the Coens, Kyle, you can watch The Great Wall. I'm so pumped for that. I probably won't watch it because I'll just cry like a girl the whole time. It's gonna be that amazing. I don't want to embarrass myself in the theater.
Need more CGI snakes. More lizards. More lizards.
Original Lefty, aka Real Joey, is asking who your favorite original image artist is. I was a big Spawn fan, so I'd probably have to go with Todd McFarlane.
Here's the thing, right? Like, I would agree with you, but I would say that if I could only read the first, let's say, 10 issues of any of the image books, because most of them didn't get that far, you know, I still think the first 10 issues of Savage Dragon are more enjoyable. You know? The book isn't, I'm not the biggest fan of the book now, but he was at a, whatever that kick-ass slash invincible vibe is, he was doing it first. Taking that kind of Kirby 60s kind of Marvel Silver Age era and then adding violence and sex to it. You know? He did first.
Was that Eric Larson?
Mm-hmm.
Lawson? Something like that?
He had violent, and his art was on point at the time too, and the colors were cool. So since then, his art is not, you know, he's talked about, oh, you know, people change. I'm like, right, so I don't buy it anymore. Like, it's how it works, bro. But that ultra-violent sort of homage to comic, you know, Marvel comic universes, he sort of helped usher in, and I don't think that book gets enough credit. Spawn was always fun to read, dude. What I always appreciated about those early issues of Spawn is McFarlane was heavily influenced by Dave Sims, so he threw a lot of words in, you know, and you were able to like get some reading out of it, you know. It wasn't just like splash page, kill, blood, you know, like you actually could read some shit. And some people complain, oh, too many words. And I'm like, oh, man, at least I'm getting my fucking money's worth out of this shit. So, in terms of the best illustrator, Jim Lee. You know, he can outdraw all of them today. You know. But those books were, I mean, Wildcats was like, you know, trying to make sense. It was like G.I. Joe, right? Like without, you know, it's like, okay, there's evil organizations and they're doing weird shit. I don't know fucking why. and they gotta be stopped, so okay. You guys, I don't know, man. It was different for me. I don't look at the books as like these were great. Uh, it was proof that one person that you could own your creations and become wealthy off them versus the companies. That was what they were about. That was what it was. When you go into, you had an image panel, it was about creators' rights. You had about, you know, and if it wasn't for those books, you don't get The Walking Dead, right? Period. That's it. So Robert Kirkman is wealthy because of image. Period. You know. So
Yeah, I had just turned 12 when Spawn came out, and so I was reading them back then. Haven't read them since I was a teen, so maybe they're not that great. I just don't remember that they're bad or what. But back when I was reading them, the image stuff, I loved Spawn. I thought it was great from the perspective of a teenager.
yeah, it's like Mortal Kombat the movie. You know what I mean? Or
Mm.
even now, Suicide Squad. Like I walked out of that. I'm like, hey, a 15-year-old would be like, this is their version of Mortal Kombat. It's loud. It's got a lot of music video vibe to it. I mean, the book got incredibly better, even visually, when Capullo took over. And there's a lot of fun Sam and Twitch, stuff in there. And that's not really meant to be this like. It's just a fun book. I mean, and at the time, people forget, man, the fucking DC books were horrible, guys. Marvel was doing Spider clones and DC Batman was broke and I mean Superman had a fucking mullet or he was like red and blue and Spider there was 4 different Spider-Man with a wingsuit and shit. You know how fucking bad Marvel and DC were? Like I was there, man. We used to go there and laugh at them. Ha, your books suck. You know, like, you can't write. Yeah, but they don't suck ass like this shit. You had Age of Apocalypse, coolest thing they did. That was it. And when Joe Mad left, I was like, "You're fucked." I sat right there laughing at him, and they were until the Ultimates. Actually, you know what? Their first shot back across the bow was when they did Marvel Knights, the first Marvel Knights. You know, and they got me back in, and they had me until Wolverine Origin. Then I got the fuck out. I was like, "You fuckers, ruined Wolverine, this stupid origin no one asked for." Sabretooth was supposed to be his dad, not his fucking brother. Fucking retarded. And they had a character that was basically a Jean Grey surrogate. That's why, Wolverine likes Jean Grey because like she somehow reminds. I don't know, man. This is stupid. There's a lot of go look at Cerebus. I mean, Dave McFarlane was heavily influenced by Sim. That's why he had him write a book. If you look at the lettering in Spawn, you look at the way he was doing a lot of the lettering, a lot of the layouts, a lot of the trying to work, comic book commentary and creator commentary into the stories. That Heaven and Hell represented Marvel and DC, and Spawn was a character outside of that. I mean, he was heavily influenced by Sim. And I'd say that kind of went away around, I don't know, after the 16 through 18 issues, he kind of came back and it sort of morphed into something else. And that was something until he hired Brian, what's his face? Bendis. He hired Bendis to write Sam and Twitch, and Bendis came in. The way he was doing Sam and Twitch changed everything in terms of you started to see tons of panels and that kind of Bendis style of writing work its way into the book up until issue 100, and then I got out of it, so I couldn't tell you what the fuck happened after. They killed Angela, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm out.
I did like
Good
the
run.
first 50 episodes. Wasn't Cerebus and he was in an issue?
He was in it. Well, he had Dave Sim write
issues.
issue 9. It was issue 9.
Or
No, 10. It was
10.
issue 10. He
10,
wrote issue
yeah.
10. It was part of a way to counteract the image story suck, so set him up for losing that stupid fucking lawsuit. So But if you look at the way the lettering, all the Violator stuff, that's straight up Cerebus lettering, bro. Classic. The way the words are laid out, everything. And I still found that to be far more interesting than you open up a Batman book, it was dog shit. It was absolute dog shit. You had some good Elseworld stuff at the time. I got them by Gaslight or Batman versus Predator, but those books were fucking horrible. You know? The writing and everything has stepped up, you know, but now you look back and, you know, people have an opinion. But if DC had fucking kick-ass stories, I mean, there was some stuff here and there. The best DC book at the time was The Adventures of Batman. Ty Templeton, animated stuff. That one I read. You know, the animated universe I could get into. And the artwork was well drawn and the stories were fun. And I didn't get. And then you had The Flash. Mark Waid came on The Flash and brought some fucking kick-ass stories, made Impulse, and I read The Flash and Impulse. Until Ramos left, and then I got out because I didn't give a shit. I really didn't like the faux Ramos art. You know, so they had these spots, and you could sort of see them work their way through. Then you had that Justice League remake, which was cool. Until they added all these characters, and I got out of it. And you look at Morrison's Justice League reboot, and that's like the template for the Ultimate Universe. Only it was within continuity. But then they also had a bunch of stupid shit, like Lois Lane and Superman get married in the 0 Hour. Oh, there you go. That was wonderful. We do more of that. All right, this one's done, folks. Okay. All right, everybody. I'm going to get out of here. I got to scan all these in and get everything packed up. So I will be back on tomorrow. Well, actually, what is my schedule? Let's see. 2 games, 6. Tomorrow we have podcast, live podcast, gaming podcast. I don't know if I'm actually streaming during the day tomorrow. Let me look at the schedule. There might be some streaming. I got commission work. I got at least 2 hours of that. Final Fantasy IX is until Tuesday night. So I got IDW work tomorrow night. I can't stream that. And then I got Game Cave development in the middle of the day, which no point in bothering streaming that. So some stuff in the morning, and maybe, we'll see. Light streaming tomorrow. Tuesday, big streaming day. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So definitely Tuesday, Wednesday. But there you go, folks. All right, everybody. I will see you all then. Bada boom. Say goodbye, Kyle.
Goodbye, everybody.
If you want to find Kyle, his info's below. It's all below, not in the box. You see Kyle. That's where Kyle is. Thanks, Joey, Lefty, Johnny, Hector, Donner, Blitzen, Mike. All right, everybody.